Do you want to guess which Pokemon we're talking about today?
Pachirisu 2? Two Pachirisu 2 Furious?
Well, we have over 900 entries to do before we get to reruns, but I can give you a hint.
It's okay. I'm not that upset that we have to wait that long to talk about Pachirisu again.
Spruce, that was the hint.
Oh, I get it. Who's the most huggiest Pokemon? Beware?
Sorry, not hugs. I was going for embrace. The embrace Pokemon.
I embrace every Pokemon.
Well, for this entry, I recommend you leaving that to the official embrace Pokemon, Gardevoir.
Oh, Gardevoir! You really need to work on your hints, Maple.
Embrace and hug?
It's a bit of a stretch.
What?
Hi there, I'm Spruce.
And I'm Maple. Welcome to Beyond the Pokédex, where we talk about what makes each Pokemon unique from 1 to 1000 and beyond.
Today we're talking about a Pokemon that hails from Hoenn, stands 5 foot 3 inches tall, and is elegant yet powerful.
Clearly, we're talking about me.
Or the dual psychic type and fairy type, Gardevoir.
Not only is it a dual type, it evolves from Kirlia, who has 2 evolved forms.
That's right. Gardevoir is one of 2 possible evolutions from Kirlia. The other is Gallade.
But whether you evolve Kirlia into Gallade or Gardevoir, you get a Pokemon with fangs. That remind me of Spruce's middle school yearbook photo.
It's not a phase, it's a lifestyle.
So how does one ensure your Kirlia evolves into Gardevoir?
You gotta train it to level 30 and then, well, that's it.
Kirlia can instead evolve into Gallade with the help of a Dawnstone, but this only works if they're male.
Gardevoir and Gallade have some similarities. They have the same base HP, defense, special defense, and speed stats.
Although Gardevoir's base attack and special attack stat are the opposite of Gallade's.
It's also worth noting that Kirlia evolves from arguably the best Volca in the Pokemon world, Ralts.
Aw, cute.
Just give me a bowl and scissors and you too can get that too.
I think I'd rather have your yearbook look.
Fair enough, but what really inspires Gardevoir is its love for its trainer. If their bond is tight, it will unleash psychokinetic energy at full power to protect its pal.
Gardevoir will literally move heaven and earth for its trainer and expend all its psychic power to create a small black hole.
And even the smallest black hole creates a powerful vacuum. Not even light can escape.
Gardevoir is hardcore.
Makes sense. Gardevoir has been on the scene for quite some time, and if you've played through Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire, or Pokemon Emerald, then you might recognize Gardevoir as the final evolution of your rival Wally's Ralts.
Doesn't Wally's Ralts evolve into Gallade?
That's true for the remakes, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Wally's Ralts does evolve into Gallade and Mega Gallade in those games.
Does anyone have a Gardevoir that can Mega Evolve in the games?
You bet. A Mega Evolving Gardevoir is the preferred Pokemon of Diantha, the Kalos Pokemon League champion.
They both kind of have a white flowy look.
Diantha is chill. You can find her at Cafe Soleil, where she'll ask to trade one of your Pokemon for her Ralts holding the Mega Stone for Gardevoir, Gardevoirite.
That's a great trade.
Yeah, in 2014, Seijun Park teamed up with Gardevoir to win the Video Game World Championships in the Masters Division.
Yes, that was amazing to watch live.
Seijun constantly called on Gardevoir because it was the perfect foil for popular Dragon-type Pokemon like Garchomp, Hydreigon, and Salamence.
Fairy type coming in clutch.
And in 2015, those big wins tripled with Gardevoir. Kotone Y won the 2015 World Championships in the Juniors Division with a team featuring Mega Gardevoir. And Leos Wolterstorff and Daichi Kumabe both finished in the top 8 of the 2015 World Championships with Mega Gardevoir.
Also, Gardevoir has been a big winner in the Pokemon trading card game since 2003, when it first arrived on the scene in the EX Ruby and Sapphire expansion.
A Pokemon of many talents, huh?
Oh yeah. In 2004, Kevin Nguyen finished second in the 11 to 14 division at the World Championships, with a deck centered around Gardevoir from the EX Ruby and Sapphire expansion, and Gardevoir EX from the EX Sandstorm expansion.
Double trouble.
In 2008, one of the top decks in competitive play was centered around Gardevoir and Gallade, featuring Gardevoir from the Secret Wonders expansion. In fact, Jason Klaczynski won the 2008 World Championships with this very deck.
Wow, what do you think was the deck's special sauce?
Telepass. Gardevoir's Poke Power allows you to search your opponent's discard pile for a supporter card and use the effect of that card as the power.
Ooh, that sauce is spicy.
In 2010, we saw another win with a deck centered around the same Gardevoir, plus Gardevoir Level X from the Secret Wonders expansion. Michael Pramawat finished second in the Masters division at the 2010 World Championships.
Gardevoir is crushing it.
Crushing it for decades in the TCG. In 2017, Gardevoir GX from the Burning Shadows expansion was one of the most powerful cards. And Diego Casaraga won the World Championships in the Masters division with a deck centered around that very Gardevoir GX.
Gardevoir's had so much longevity.
Yeah, and it doesn't end there. Gardevoir EX from the Scarlet and Violet expansion is a super popular choice for top players.
Like, more popular than posting TikTok videos of your dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets dancing in ketchup.
I don't think anyone posts that but you.
Every trend has to start somewhere.
You really found a niche. And so has Gardevoir. Going into the 2023 World Championships, Gardevoir EX was ranked #1 out of all decks and strategies by some of the most famous players in the game in a power ranking on the official Worlds website. It didn't manage to take the #1 spot at Worlds, but it did take second place in the Masters division, piloted by Tord Rekliff.
Gardevoir has also been a favorite in the animations.
Who has been lucky enough to train Gardevoir?
Well, Kimia appears with a shiny Mega Gardevoir, which she uses to save Ash and defeat Team Rocket.
They're blasting off again! Classic. Does Ash ever get to train Gardevoir in the animated series?
No, but he does get Diantha and her Mega Evolving Gardevoir to agree to battle him.
How does he do it?
Well, in the Bonds of Evolution, Ash, his pals, and Professor Sycamore have all gone to see Diantha and Gardevoir to have an exhibition match with Magnus and Absol. On the battlefield, their bond is so strong, Diantha communicates with Gardevoir just by making eye contact.
Whoa, like this?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get you to do what I want with eye contact.
Well, it's not working. By the way, here, take my wallet.
You're right, that definitely didn't work.
Anyway, Gardevoir wins with an impressive Shadow Ball and a bright Moonblast. Then, after the match, Ash runs into Diantha in disguise at a famous bakery in Brackish Town.
Did someone try to order a Gardevoir?
No, everyone wants the chocolate cake at this place, but there's only one slice left. So, Ash offers to share it and Diantha is so moved by his generosity, she agrees to a battle. But of course, before they can really battle, Team Rocket shows up and nabs Gardevoir. Luckily, the bond between Diantha and her Gardevoir is so strong, she can sense exactly where Team Rocket has taken her pal, and they are quickly reunited. When Diantha takes out her keystone, Gardevoir Mega Evolves and busts right out of Team Rocket's cage.
Then Diantha battles Ash?
No, she's a champion and also a movie star, so she has to get to set.
Oh, she busy. Does Ash ever get his chance to battle Diantha?
Yes, he most certainly does. In championing a research battle, Ash and Greninja finally take on Diantha and Gardevoir, but they can't even land a single hit at first.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough.
It's not over yet. We see one of the earliest instances of Ash Greninja before the form has been fully realized, which allows them to finally go toe-to-toe. The battle seems evenly matched. Ash Greninja's Water Veil then becomes a massive Water Shuriken, which delivers a fierce blow to Mega Gardevoir. This knocks Mega Gardevoir to the ground, but in the process, Ash and Greninja both pass out, ending the battle.
That is intense.
Right? Speaking of intense, we see Diantha and Gardevoir again in the Masters 8 tournament. In Pride of a Champion, Mega Gardevoir wins the round against Lance's Dynamax Dragonite, and Diantha advances to the semifinals.
Defeating Lance is no easy feat.
That's for sure. Then Mega Gardevoir and Diantha face off against the unbeatable Leon and his Gigantamax Charizard in its champion time. And much like before, Diantha and Gardevoir are able to communicate purely through a simple glance.
A simple glance. Let's try again. I know what you're thinking. You want to tell us all the details.
It worked! We did it!
Yeah, that's the first time that worked. By the way, here's your wallet.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even realize it was missing. Anywho, one of my favorite parts of this battle is when Gigantamax Charizard uses the powerful G-Max Wildfire, but Mega Gardevoir manages to take control of it. I've never seen anything like that before, or ever again since.
That sounds amazing. So who ends up being the champion of champions?
Gardevoir gives it all it's got, but Leon and Charizard are ultimately triumphant.
Oh, so close.
That's how their story goes in the animation, but what are things like in the manga?
They debuted in Pokemon Adventures in the chapter Chespin Sows the Seeds of Change. And you can also find Gardevoir in Connecting with Gardevoir, Changing Gengar, and Yveltal Steels.
Diantha and Gardevoir are superstars.
Yeah, and Ruby also has a Kirlia that evolves into Gardevoir, and they make lots of appearances in Pokemon Adventures.
Gardevoir's friendship has spawned so many stories.
Yeah, but unlike the shenanigans you and I get into, someone actually writes down what happened.
I try to journal that, but I don't got time for all that between all the animation and video games and chicken nugget TikToks.
Keeping those priorities in check.
Oh, and speaking of the games, Gardevoir is a playable character in both Pokkén Tournament DX and Pokemon Unite.
Is it as popular in those games?
Definitely. In Pokemon Unite, it's considered to be a ranged attacker, and of course, a powerful one.
How powerful?
At the quarterfinals match of the 2022 World Championships, Kamiryu's Gardevoir racked up 11 knockouts, 12 assists, and 134,000 total damage.
Wow.
Yeah, don't mess with the best because the best don't mess.
Truly. When you're headed to any competition, you're bound to battle Gardevoir, or team up with one yourself.
Now we've got a question for you. Who is Gardevoir's trainer in Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire, and Pokemon Emerald? Leave your answer in the comments below.
Thanks for tuning in to another entry of Beyond the Pokédex. And remember, the Pokédex is only the beginning.
Are you ready to get the results?
I was born to bowl.
All right, hold still.
This is going to look